Back in the 40s, this area was used to manufacture munitions and explosives. The explosives were stored in these big, like, concrete igloos. After the war, they shut everything down, and this place became kind of like a local hangout. It's also the place where the Mothman was first spotted. Oh, sick. Some of that sound. Pumpkin. More pumpkin. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Point Pleasant, the home of the Mothman. For those unaware, the Mothman is a metaphysical creature, or possibly physical, that terrorized the town of Point Pleasant.
West Virginia.
In West Virginia. The Mothman is one of the many things that add to the rich mythology of Appalachia. I always hear people talk about how the Appalachian mountain range is some sort of hotspot for paranormal activity. I guess that's what I'm here to figure out. Behind the Sasquatch and the Loch Ness Monster, I feel like the Mothman has become one of the most popular cryptids in recent years. The town of Point Pleasant has even given him his own statue. And just like the Mothman has made a name for himself, it looks like I've made a name for myself with the freaks and perverts at the Point Pleasant Police Department. They're watching my every move. Look at that, looks like there's a bog. Huh. Look at that can, though. That's cool, isn't it? Look at that stick caught in the bog. Huh. I wonder if that could mean anything. Oh, check that out. We got a pentagram. I think there's 3 dogs?
I missed it.
That's pretty cool. There's the bog.
We need to find something to throw in it. Nice.
This one is completely overgrown. It's got no top on it.
Look at this. This is insane. Oh, hey. Train. Point Pleasant is a small town at the very edge of West Virginia. Due to the interstate bypass, the town was at risk of being forgotten, but luckily, they decided to monetize their one claim to fame. Every year, at the beginning of fall, they hold a festival dedicated to the Mothman. That's the reason for all this traffic. That's also the reason I'm here.
We offered him a bunch of generators for free to be good to him, just to get our name out there. He's like, oh, I don't need them. And then like 5 minutes before Rib Fest starts, he goes, oh, I need all those generators.
It's fun seeing all the enthusiasm from the crowd. People bring their whole families to appreciate the Mothman. I love the design of the Mothman. He's got those rock-hard abs just like I do. The festival has been happening annually since 2002. Around 15,000 people were in attendance this year. It's estimated that the town brought in around $2 million in revenue. Most businesses rely on the economic bump. It makes sense. Point Pleasant was basically a dead town before they brought back the Mothman. Here in the senior center, they were holding presentations. But I didn't feel like waiting in line. I found myself invested in the band at the Moth Jam. I thought I could really feel a spark between me and the drummer. It does feel a bit strange how the Mothman is celebrated, given its context. Part of the reason the creature is so infamous is because of the Silver Bridge collapse. In the 60s, during the height of the Mothman sightings, an eye-bar snapped during rush hour and the Silver Bridge tumbled into the Ohio River, killing 46 people. The Mothman was reported to have been seen on top of the bridge before it went down. It sat parallel to this train bridge. And now it's a nice riverfront walkway.
We'll go to the next section.
This is a statue of Chief Cornstalk. He was murdered by American colonialists and is said to have cursed Point Pleasant right before he died.
I was just going to walk through there. I was going to see
And this is a video of me. I started to get hungry, and I found this truck that was selling something called a Mothman sandwich. It was pretty good. There were a lot of birds flying above the festival. I could see how back in the day, if you came upon something like this at night, you know, you might be tricked into thinking it's some sort of Mothman. Even with the festival going on, the town still feels like it moves at a leisurely pace. I have to assume that all these locals are sick of the Mothman at this point. But look at that dog.
Get it if they let me put it on his truck.
You should get it.
He ain't going. I put that on his truck, he'd kill me.
I enjoyed my time at the Mothman Festival. Seemed like everybody was having a good time, and so was I. Anyway, the fun's over now. Gotta get back to work. It's time to clock in and lock in. More corn. That's kind of cool. Check me out. While looking at satellite imagery of Point Pleasant, I found this strange abandoned area. This is what I can only assume was a road. One of the first things I found were these barrels of what looked like toxic waste. Feels on par with all the other pollution in the area. I noticed this tall structure poking through the trees. I figured the Mothman could use it to perch on top of, or maybe even use it as shelter. Either way, I wanted to go check it out. There was this smaller structure off to the side. There was no door or anything, but I could hear this dog in the distance. From far away, I thought this was a water tower, but now I notice the inside of it is hollow, so I'm not really sure what it is. I wanted to try to get on top. It was clear no one had been up these stairs in a long time.
Okay. Oh, there it is. At the top. Holy shit. I don't think I can physically get any farther. Bit of a drop. Yeah, I didn't, there's no Mothman up there.
This looked like the skeleton of some building that's long since been dead. Maybe a factory or something. Huh. I'm dying. So far, I found no evidence of the Mothman, but I keep seeing these birds around. I used to hate birds, but I've started to grow an appreciation for them. I may appreciate them, but I want to make it clear I do not respect them. I hate how they impose themselves. Spooky. I've been fortunate enough to experience this nice fall weather as I drive back and forth to Point Pleasant. I always like the fall. Cool breeze in the air, smell of the leaves rotting. It's nice to be back here, even with this pervert watching my every step. But this town has a rich history, and it's nice to experience it all outside of the festival. It's nice and quiet here. I love the overcast sky. The sun normally burns my pale Irish skin. One reason I came back is to get a better look at these murals. They show what I am sure is an accurate representation of how these events unfolded. Crodell Park is just down the street from downtown Point Pleasant. The park contains a recreation of Fort Randolph, about 1 mile from its original location. This fort is where Chief Cornstalk, who I mentioned earlier, was murdered. The legend says that he cursed the town right before his execution, saying that when the white man conquered the valley, the land would become uninhabitable, the water undrinkable, and the air unbreathable. I always stop to read these historical markers whenever I'm traveling. I think it's fun to learn about all the bloodshed. I just hope both sides had fun. I found this nice wildlife sign on the right of the fort, but I noticed something was missing. It's these inescapable black birds. And this skeleton. Look at him. Located directly next to the Mothman statue is the Mothman Museum, which makes the bold claim of being the world's only Mothman museum.
My family's been here since 1774.
Kind of the centerpiece of the museum is the Silver Bridge collapse. It's arguably more interesting to learn about this than the Mothman. The Mothman was said to have been spotted on top of the bridge just before it gave way. This has led people to believe that the Mothman is less a physical creature and more an omen of death. Maybe even some type of warning. But even though all those people died, it was worth it because 35 years later we got this cool movie starring Richard the Gerbil Gere. I'm actually a huge fan of this movie. It's kind of cool that I get to live out my little fantasy of being in the movie during this investigation. I'm even starstruck just to be in the presence of Mr. Gere's chapstick. Most of the rational theories about the Mothman suggest that it could be an owl. Owls' eyes are known to glow red when hit with a flashlight. Another popular theory is that it's another bird called a sandhill crane that can have a wingspan of up to 6 feet. During the 60s, Point Pleasant in the Ohio River Valley was a hotbed for paranormal activity. Alien abductions, men in black, strange lights in the sky. Most feel that the Mothman was sort of a catalyst for these reports. Though after the bridge collapsed, the sightings died down significantly. When a tragedy this large happens in a small town, everybody's gonna know somebody who died. I'm sure most people had other priorities besides the Mothman. I really could spend hours reading about this stuff in here. I can't recommend this museum enough. This is the kind of thing I live for. After the museum, I sat by the river and watched these boats. God, I love boats. It's hard to sit by the river and not notice the refinery towers in the distance. Feels like every time you turn around, you notice the smoke coming out of these pillars. Apparently this is some sort of mineral plant. You know, asphalt, cement, slag, you know, that kind of thing. I'm sure it's terrible for the environment, but just like the boats on the river, I could sit here and watch it all day. The factories are on the Ohio side of the river. I saw this house on the West Virginia side. That looks new. I've been in a few abandoned houses in my time.
Hello?
There's always a bit of novelty to them, but at the end of the day, they're all kind of the same.
Very careful with how I step.
There's a good chance that the reason this house is abandoned is because the previous owner died and no one really cared enough to maintain it. But unlike the previous tenants, I do not plan to die in this house. No, I plan on dying in a really cool and memorable way, like drowning in quicksand, or being shot during a routine traffic stop. Or if I'm lucky, maybe I'm killed by the Mothman, and I get to be immortalized in the Mothman Museum. Just imagine the headlines. Unidentified Irishman ravaged and eaten by mythical moth person hybrid. Could be the move.
None of the floor looks like it's collapsed, so think I'm okay. This is... Okay. Wow. Ooh, see that? Wow. Look at that factory.
It's very possible that the Mothman could have spent some time at this place, but I found no sign of him here now.
Okay. Well, I don't see any Mothman here. Now we got something. Isn't this fuck? Isn't this exciting? Oh shit. Okay. This place looks like it got burned down. Ooh. Oh damn. You know, I don't really know if I should be standing on this. That whole corner is collapsed over there, and that one's starting to collapse. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. Couple of mattresses. A pump. Okay. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Kinda looks like we're hitting the jackpot here. RC Cola? Oldsmobile. Books. Pine cones. Well, that's a sleeping bag. Pair of shoes. What is that sound? Is that a bug? This place does not look like it's been touched in a long time. It's creepy, but I don't see a Mothman, so... Another couch. Is that what I think it is? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's just oh, here's the rest of the spine. Look at that. That's pretty cool. Damn. Oh god, that's all its skin. Okay. Oh, there's its head. Look at that. This is yeah, okay. Cool. I mean, not cool for the deer. Oh shit. Look at that. It's its whole ass spine. Oh shit, it smells. Okay, well, I'm leaving.
I'm not sure if it really came across in the footage, but for about 15 seconds I thought that was the skeleton of a man. Looks like I've been thwarted by nature again. No sign of the Mothman. Alive or dead. Whether he's real or not real, I wasn't able to determine any of this. But I at least found this cool tree. Mothman.